We are huge fans of every type of animatronics, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about and ranking the rarest and coolest animatronics based on video game characters. So, here are 7 animatronics based on video game characters. We're going to rank these animatronics from the most common one to the rarest video game animatronic. Stick with us until the end of the video to find out what it is. If you're an animatronics fan, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to turn on all notifications. Number 7. Portal.
Fact. The key to any successful cooperative test is trust. And as our data clearly shows, humans cannot be trusted. The solution? Robots. Then fire the guys who made those robots and build better robots.
The Portal franchise is one of the most engaging puzzle games of the last decade, and beyond the mind-bending physics, it is also known for its charming robot characters, like Atlas and Peabody, Wheatley and GLaDos. This franchise has generated countless cosplays, fan arts, and even fan-made animatronics. Back in 2016, a YouTube channel named 24/7 Testing started an exciting project. They decided to bring to life a Wheatley Animatronic. The character was first modeled and 3D printed, and then assembled and programmed. The team documented the whole process and uploaded it on their YouTube channel, and also on their webpage, animatronicwheatley.com. The whole animatronic took about 2 years to be finished, and it is amazing. You should definitely go take a look at the project's page because the process was fascinating. But this is not the only animatronic that this franchise inspired. The team from the YouTube channel Element 14 Presents decided to bring to life an apocalyptic creation, the one and only GLaDos.
Oh, it's you. It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what?
To be able to create this animatronic, they used a Raspberry Pi 3.0 so that it could talk and have many other different functions. The animatronic was also modeled and then 3D printed. Then they sculpted the pieces using fiberglass, and the model turned out to be spectacular. This animatronic says 15 iconic GLaDos phrases, has integrated LED lights, and can perform many actions. We're going to leave a link to the project in the description, so you can check it out yourselves. It's worth a watch. And without a doubt, the most impressive of all the animatronics that this franchise has inspired is the one created by Weta Workshop. On September 13th, 2012, Valve received a mysterious crate from Weta Workshop. Inside was a full-scale, articulated portal turret, complete with a motion sensor that detects movements and simulates shooting. All of these animatronics are amazing, very impressive, and completely worthy of being on this list. But they are not very rare. That's why they're number 7 on our list.
Just go. It's been fun. Don't come back.
Number 6. Chocobo Animatronics, Final Fantasy. Chocobos are some of the most reoccurring creatures in the Final Fantasy series, and also very popular among fans of the franchise. These are very large bird-like creatures that roughly act as the Final Fantasy equivalent of horses, being domesticated for use as mounts, for pulling carts and carriages, and for racing. And I mean, let's be real, who wouldn't want to see these beautiful creatures in real life? Well, we're happy to announce that this dream came true. A Chinese company by the name of Only Dinosaurs, who design and create fantastic animatronics, were hired by Square Enix to create 3 Chocobo animatronic suits in honor of the release of the newest Final Fantasy game in the UK. The Only Dinosaurs team put to work their best sculptors, machinists, and engineers to create these fantastic suits, and they did a very impressive job. These beautiful birds were finally presented at the 2016 EGX in an awesome corral-type booth where the people could watch these cute creatures in action, moving and interacting with them. These animatronic suits are so impressive and very cute, and while we do think they could have done a better job in hiding their actors' legs, we don't believe that this small detail takes away from the fantastic work that the team of Only Dinosaurs did. And great news, Only Dinosaurs does custom animatronics, and you can even request one for yourself. Excuse the interruption, but Freddy is trying to track us so we don't reveal his secret location. But we won't have any problems because we're protected by Surfshark. Surfshark is an excellent VPN that shields your online presence by encrypting your personal information so that no one unwanted can see it. It's super useful if you're used to using public Wi-Fi because it protects you from data thieves who seek your passwords or credit card information. Not only that, but with Surfshark's HackLock ID protection, you'll get an alert whenever someone is trying to break into your email. Do you have any problems with geo-blocking? Like whenever you're trying to watch some movie on Netflix or Disney Plus and it's not available in your region? Well, you can use Surfshark to be able to watch every movie available in streaming services for each country. The best part of it is that Surfshark is the only VPN that allows you to use it on as many devices as you like, even on all at the same time. And great news, we have an exclusive discount code for the Duck Squad. Go to surfshark.details/fastpass and enter the promo code FASTPASS for 83% off and 3 extra months for free. Not only will you be getting all of the amazing features that Surfshark offers, but you will also be supporting the Duck Squad so we can keep creating videos for you. We'll leave a link in the description. Now, let's go back to the remaining animatronics. Number 5. Mimir, God of War Animatronic. God of War has been considered one of the greatest games of the last decade. It's got a thrilling story, amazing battles, and many memorable characters. One of these characters is Mimir.
Who are you?
Me? I'm the greatest ambassador to the gods, the giants, and all the creatures of the Nine Realms.
Mimir, or Head, as Kratos nicknamed him, is the Norse god of knowledge and wisdom, and an ally of Kratos and Atreus. When he is first found, Mimir is shown to be embedded within a tree. He has 2 small horns on his head and a growing gray beard. During battles, Mimir serves as a second pair of eyes for Kratos, alarming him when an enemy is attacking from one of his blind spots. Well, Mimir was brought to life as an amazing animatronic by Bar-L Studio, a company that specializes in animatronics, special effects, prosthetics, and model making. The studio announced via Instagram that they were working on the animatronic back in August of 2019, and they kept posting updates. They first began by sculpting the head and the horns with ZBrush and 3D printing, and then they worked on the internal mechanism. Next day came the sculpting of the character's skin using clay. It's so impressive watching all the details and textures being put into this part of the sculpture. Then, they created a mold using the clay sculpture. There was a lot of detail put into the horns, eyes, and even the teeth. Then, a silicone sculpture was made using the mold. This gave the animatronic the realistic texture that it has. Mimir's tattoos were added. After that, the mechanisms had to be tested so that the facial expressions worked perfectly. After this was done, the rest of the details, like the beard, were added. On January 6th of this year, Bar-L posted a full video presenting the finished animatronic, and as you can see, this representation of the smartest man alive is seriously stunning. The animatronic is so amazing that it even caught the attention of God of War developer Santa Monica Studio, who shared the reveal on Twitter, describing it as one of the single greatest tribute creations for God of War they had ever seen. We'll leave a link so you can check out the whole reveal video. The work behind this Mimir animatronic is awe-inspiring, and it is such a rare animatronic because it is the only existing animatronic from the God of War franchise, or any Sony franchise. But it is number 5 on our list because the next 4 animatronics are even rarer. Number 4. Yoshi, Nintendo World, and Super Mario Bros. Movie. In 2016, Universal made an announcement that made Nintendo fans all over the world lose their minds. Nintendo Land is coming to Universal Parks. The land is coming to the new Epic Universe Park in Orlando, Universal Studios Japan, Universal Studios Singapore, and Universal Studios Hollywood. Super Nintendo World will feature state-of-the-art rides and immersive attractions, so of course, we'll get to see some of the coolest Nintendo animatronics. This land will be so interactive that guests will even be able to save their high scores. As for the rides, what we know about it is that there will be 2 main attractions, a Super Mario Kart attraction and Yoshi's Adventures. And there have even been rumors about a Donkey Kong roller coaster recently. The concept art and plans for this land look amazing, but if you're not convinced yet, take a look at this. Recently, a few pictures of the construction process were leaked, and you can see how impressive the theming of the land is. It definitely looks like a game gameplay from the newest Mario game. You can see Peach and Bowser's castles, many of the land's mountains, and in one of these mountains, an animatronic Yoshi walking around a tree. This animatronic might look pretty simple, but it gives us an idea of the quality that will probably be used for the actual attraction. We can't wait to experience this extraordinary land. But surprisingly, this is not the first Yoshi animatronic that has been made. It is very likely that many people don't know or have forgotten about the 1993 live-action Mario movie. Directed by Rocky Morton and Annabelle Jankel, this movie was loosely based on Mario Bros. And when we say loosely, we really mean loosely. The characters have nothing to do with the ones from the video game, and for many people, this movie is a complete disaster. But since it was released, it has slowly gained a huge fan base that considers it a cult classic. Among the characters in the film, we find Yoshi. But instead of being a cute cartoon green dinosaur, Yoshi is brought to life as a realistic but small T-Rex animatronic. This animatronic was designed by Dave Nelson, who had previously worked in Child's Play and many other Stan Winston movies. At the time, this animatronic was one of the most advanced of its kind. To be able to move it, 9 puppeteers were involved. The animatronic was so impressive and well made that there were some Yoshi scenes added to the movie, so the animatronic would have more time on camera. We couldn't help but wonder where this animatronic ended up, and we're happy to report that after shooting the movie, Dave Nelson kept it. It was even reskinned and reused for a McDonald's commercial. Nowadays, it is in perfect condition at Dave Nelson's studio. If you want to know more about the production of the movie and this animatronic, go to smbmovie.com. We will leave a link in the description. Yoshi is number 4 on our list because of how advanced the animatronic was, and because it is one of the rarest forms in which we'll ever see this beloved character. Number 3. Monster Hunter Beasts. Monster Hunter The Real. Monster Hunter is one of the most loved video game franchises in Japan, and in 2011, Universal and Capcom came together to create a special Monster Hunter-inspired event for Universal Studios Japan. During this event, many of the game's locations and beasts were recreated at the park. Among the creatures that were recreated were Jinoga, Doboruberuku, the Tigrex species, and the Rathalos. The event was such a success that in 2012, Universal surprised guests with a huge and very impressive gold Raytheon animatronic. Then, in 2014, Universal announced a new special event created to celebrate the most iconic franchises that Japan has given the world. This event had many interactive attractions inspired by franchises like Attack on Titan, Evangelion, Resident Evil, and of course, Monster Hunter. This time, the attraction brought some huge and impressive animatronics, but the most amazing animatronic was of Zinogre, who, with the help of sound and effects, could be seen completely electrified. The best part of this attraction was that with the help of vibrating effects and sounds installed at the attraction, guests could physically feel the sensation of being struck by lightning. These animatronics are incredible, and they do great justice to the franchise, and hopefully, someday they'll come to the US Universal Parks. We place the Monster Hunter animatronics in number 3 because they are very impressive and complex. It is mind-blowing to be able to see these life-size monsters, and even better to see them move. The special effects are also very cool. Number 2. Mario and Wario Animatronics E3 Expo.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
A few months ago, various videos, GIFs, and articles emerged that showed some of the mysterious puppet animatronics of Mario and Wario. As soon as this footage came to life, many users lost their minds trying to figure out where these animatronics were from. When were they used? What were they built for? And most important of all, where are they now? Well, today we're going to be solving these enigmas. To do that, we'll go back to the 1996 E3. This year, Nintendo arrived at the expo with a Nintendo 64 presentation. And in one of their booths, they surprised guests with 2 puppet animatronics of Mario and Wario. Nintendo hired the amazing team of artists of Michael Curry to design these animatronic puppets. Mario and Wario would switch and give guests a fabulous interactive show. The coolest thing of all is that Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario, along with Dale Johannes, would voice the characters during these shows. This show and puppets were a huge success, obviously, so Nintendo brought them back for the 1997 and 1998 expos. They weren't there in 1999 or 2000, but came back for the 2001 E3. After this, they were never seen again. People started wondering what happened and ultimately assumed that they had been sold, or even worse, destroyed. But this is far from the case. In a statement made by Jeff Curry, company manager of Michael Curry Design, we learned that these animatronic puppets are in perfect condition and stored in a warehouse somewhere in Redmond, Washington, home of Nintendo of America. Recently, they were contacted by a group of people who restore animatronics to see if they would like to donate the animatronics, so they could restore them and be put on display in a museum. These animatronics are our number 2 pick because they look amazing and they are pretty rare. They also generated a lot of mystery about their history and whereabouts. They were also the first animatronics based on a Nintendo franchise. Number 1. Freddy Fazbear. It's no secret that whenever anyone talks about animatronics, it's almost a must to mention Five Nights at Freddy's. This has become a recurrent topic on our channel, because we know that a huge part of the Duck Squad is also Five Nights at Freddy's fan. So it's no wonder that it would appear again. Now, a dream that many of us animatronic fans probably share is to be able to create an animatronic from scratch. And that's precisely what Jorge Davo did. A few months ago, a channel named JDS uploaded a video that blew people's minds. In this video, we could see a half-built Freddy Fazbear animatronic. Fans all over began wondering if this animatronic was real or fake, if it was a computer animation, or even a sneak peek of the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It turns out, this animatronic is 100% real and so amazing. We were able to get in touch with Jorge Davo, the animatronics creator, who told us all about his love for animatronics and the process of creating Freddy. Jorge is from Mexico City, and his love for animatronics began when he was a boy. He used to visit Walt Disney World frequently and fell in love with theme parks and animatronics, so of course, he wanted to own one. When he found out about all of the showbiz franchises that had closed in Mexico, he decided to track down where all of the animatronics from these restaurants ended up. He found that some of these animatronics were currently in the Old Toy Museum in Mexico City. So he went to the museum to speak with the owner in hopes that he would want to sell his animatronics. But sadly, they were not interested in doing so. So Jorge kept visiting the museum, checking the animatronics out, taking measurements, and studying them, because he had decided that he would build his own animatronics from scratch by reverse engineering the ones he had found in the museum. And it took him 2 weeks to be able to do so. He built and programmed the base for Fats Geronimo and Mitzi Mozzarella, but a final detail was missing. He didn't have the animatronic coverings. To solve this, Jorge contacted the one and only Aaron Fector to see if he could sell him the latex covering for the animatronics. Fector gladly agreed, and Jorge was able to finish his animatronics. After he finished his animatronics, Jorge began creating videos for TikTok, and in one of his videos, a user commented asking if he could build a Freddy Fazbear animatronic. And Jorge quickly got to work and began posting the project's updates for all of his fans on TikTok, and in both of his YouTube channels, which is where the mysterious video came from. Recently, Jorge moved to the Netherlands, but before he left, he was able to finish Freddy, and you can see the animatronic in all its glory. This is definitely the best Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic out there, and you should check out Jorge's TikTok and YouTube channel because he posts regular videos where you can see his incredible animatronics. This animatronic gets the #1 spot on this list for many reasons. Surprising as it may sound, there are not many Five Nights at Freddy's inspired animatronics out there, so Jorge's Freddy is a very rare animatronic, and the work that was put into it is amazing.
Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for disappearance, death, or dismemberment.
What do you think? Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comments.